Hey everybody, Carl and Erynn here, and the mandolin's at the ready for a nice G tune. Lowest note I got, so that's a great key always for the mandolin. And it's a wonderful fiddle tune from Melvin. And Erynn's going to pick a little guitar. It's Tippy, Get Your Hair Cut. And it's in the droney G on the fiddle. You got the E string down to D, so it's got extra drone power. And the mandolin's pretty drony, so I'm going to try to be as drony as I can. I'm not tuned that way, but that's okay. So it's just a fun tune. And we'll give it a go right now. So
good on all instruments.
Good on all the instruments, I think, yeah. So here we go.
Get your hair cut.
Yeah, so here we go. All right.
Tippy, get your hair cut. Have fun, mandolin
Oh,
players.
that's fun. Hard. It plays itself. That's what it's
does.
about. Well, thank you, Erynn. So I'll scoot over here a little bit and get in the mandolin seat here. I'll sit right between these two lamps, and maybe that'll give me some illumination I need here. Much needed on the mandolin world. So this is a great tune, and I've got on the tab there, I put a little low variation that I tried to play there once or twice, and a lot of tunes lend themselves well to playing, if it's a high part, you can play it low. If it's a low part, you can play it high. So some tunes are better than others when you try to do that. This one works out pretty good for both parts. So I did that on both parts a little bit. And the fiddler may play a favorite part more, repeat it more than you expect, so be ready for that. But first of all, the chords are just G with a quick D, so if you're just doing chords, and I'm a big proponent of two-string chords, I'm not going to go too crazy right now on that, but just doing that, just a regular old G chord, the small slant I'd call it, with a low open fourth and third. Just doing that. You get a nice little backup just doing that, 4 and 3, string wise for the bass, and maybe a little walk down to 4 and a D chord. Up or walk down is two choices, and you can not walk at all. Of course, if you don't walk at all, you're not going to get anywhere. That's something just came to me. So it's good to walk sometimes. So what I would recommend always is doing something different on the second part. So if I played kind of the low string stuff, I'll feature a little bit. Kind of feature the low strings with I might move to the middle strings maybe and get something like that. 5th fret on the 3rd and 2nd fret. Maybe do a little, maybe get a little bluegrass like a small slant and add that 3rd string, 5th fret with my 3rd finger and get that. That might be nice. And I'm just climbing up on the middle, the D string up to the 4th fret, and an open string, what I call a long reach. So that might be some nice backup ideas. So think about that. 3 measures of G, 4 beats per measure, and a split measure D to G. And making a chord chart's a good thing to do sometimes. Just jot that out. G with a slash will be 4 beats, another G with a slash, another G, a diangular slash, and then D and G in the last measure. That's both parts, and you repeat that. So the first, the nice thing about this tune too, you can hit a nice drony open string just kind of randomly, but I'm putting it in there a little bit, you know, every other measure or so. So here's the phrase. It's not a scale right up down. It goes from the G, 5th fret, 3rd string, open, 2, and it doesn't do that note scale. It just goes G, A, B, D, D. So let's just try that a few times. I'm hitting that drone to start. Let it ring. That's the fun thing about the mandolin and G tune. You can let that low string ring. That's the first phrase. Nice. Kind of meditative. Then you're going to do just that 2, 5, 5 again. And then you're going to go with your little finger 7, 5, and 2. So listen to that whole phrase. Let's just do that slow a few times. So it's up to that 2, 5, 5, 2, 5, 5, 7, 5, 5, 2, and starting on that G note on the 5th fret, 3rd string. 1, 2, let's try that phrase. One more time now. And then you're going to do that same phrase again, but a little different ending. So it's going to be that starting out the same. Then this time you're going to go back down to that G. Okay, and then you're going to just have that open kind of sound there, some kind of D sound there, and I'm hitting the open 2nd and 3rd on the tab, and the fiddler may do all kind of different things there. So that's halfway through the first part. Let me do that. So I'll do it one more time, let you get that in your head. And if you can kind of sing it in your head, or if you're, starting on a tune and you can't get it in your head where you can sing it, you can just about play it, because you can sing it over and over and really put it down deep in your mental faculties there. I'm looking for my mental faculties, but I know I got them somewhere in there. So here's the whole first part halfway through. 1, 2, here I go. 7, 5, 5, 2. Back to the G. Okay, one more time. That's halfway through. Starting over. 1, 2, here we go. Start the same way we started again with the 7, 5 added in. It's going to be that same start. Then we have the ending phrase, goes like this. And a nice old time fiddling tunes a lot of times has repeated notes, like a couple of G's in a row. They do that a lot more than you realize till you start playing them. So listen to that second half, that 7, 5, the ending. So let's try that ending. It's just that, and if you think of shapes, I've kind of got that 5 and 2, what I call a middle reach. Picking those 2 notes, and you have the open A back down to G. That's halfway. Then you work that 2nd fret on the 3rd string. 2, 5, open. Try that. Then you have, starting again the same thing, but this time the 5, 5, and I hit a little low drone there. So the whole first part, here we go. 1, 2, the whole first part. 7, 5, 5, 2, down to the G, open, same thing you started with. 7, 5, the ending. 2, 5, open, double G, one more time. Open down to the G. So that last phrase, right? All right. And then the second part, let's go ahead and look at that. It gets into the same territory. We're in G, so your scale notes are going to, and your chord tones, G, B, and D, are going to be in a lot of your phrases. This one, especially on this tune, Tippy, get your haircut. So I'm going to do a little slide on the 2nd string from 1 to 2. Then we're going to have, let's just try to find that. That's the start of the second part. Slide 1, 2, that low G 3rd string 5th fret, then open 2nd to the 5th, 2, 5, open 5. we're going to get stuck in that little 2-5 open 5. So you get to do that several times. Here's the whole little phrase, first phrase of the second part. I'm stuck right here with 2-5 open. Okay? One more time, start of the second part. Slide. 2-5 open, 5-2-5 open, 5-2-5 open. Then it's different. It gets kind of back to what we did in the first part. Same thing. A little different, but very similar, right? So that's halfway through the second part. I'll do it again. And you're going to repeat that, really. And we'll play it high in a minute, too, before we wind up. So the second part, and I'll just do that twice, what I just did. Nice and slow. 1, 2, here I slide. And does that again. Slide. You can hit some droney low. And then what I'll do is play the first part low and the second part low, and then I'll give you some alternatives there. Well, actually, we're playing kind of in middle range, and then we'll play it low on the first part and high on the second part. I think that's what might work well. We'll try that. And I'll have that in the tab to some degree. So here's both parts we just worked on a little bit. 1, 2, the first part. To the G. Let's repeat that. Second part here, slide, stick in a rut. Repeat, slide. So pretty, that's such a nice tune. So let's, the first part, you know, where we're climbing up that 2-5, if you did that on the low strings, it'll be open 2-4 and the third string. So try to find that. That's the same. And then you're going to just work that 4th fret. So I'll do it slow. Let's hear it. And then you have that 2 open. I'm going to do that again, I think. Let's see. And add a little chord there for a D sound. It does it again. And then I just go back. We run out of room, so we go up higher. Same thing we did. Beautiful. Now the second part, you know, where we're doing that, where we're doing that stuff, you go on the high strings, and that works pretty good. It's a little more of a workout possibly, but you can shift. You have that 7 and 3. You have to anchor the 3rd fret. I might use my first finger. Sounds like Little Liza Jane if you did that. But it's going to be then open 3 and the 5th fret. So I'm using my first and second finger. We're shifting position. So first finger anchored in 3, 7, 3, 5, 3, open. Put your first finger back down on the 3rd fret. And the second finger, 5th fret, second string, back to that first string note. So that's the first phrase. Then you just kind of keep doing the open 3. Not too bad. Then you have 3, 7, 5, 3, 3. So when you're doing that lick there, keep that second finger planted on the 5th fret. use your first finger, you have to lift, but keep that nice note below and you don't have to put it down. And it keeps ringing, right? Ending phrase. Right. So that's pretty fun, I think. So I think you'll have a lot of fun with this. Do the chords a little bit, and then do the, what I think I'll do, one last time I'll play it one last time for you there, and I'll do it, mix it up a little bit and see what happens. So one last time, here I go. 1, 2, here I go now. Let me try the chorus. Play the melody, I'll play the chords, repeat. Second part, I'll play the melody. I'll play the chords. One last time. First part again. Second part coming up here. One more time on that second part for fun. Very nice. All right. I hope you get a lot of fun out of playing that. Just doing the backup some and getting the feel for the way the chords change, and noodling a little bit. Let things change a little bit as you play it. If you really get it going good, and something wants to modify a little bit, let that happen. See where you go. So enjoy Melvin Wine's Tippy Get Your Haircut, and I'll see you next time around. Thanks.